In the past few years, Fred again has become a household name, not just as a musician, but as the sound of a generation emerging from the chaos of the pandemic. His music is infectious and emotional. It's captured hearts everywhere. But how did Fred, a relatively unknown figure in 2019, rise to stardom so quickly? What was the secret to his success? If you're thinking he's just another talented producer in a sea of electronic musicians, you need to think again.
You know, like stutter shit, but then you can play the whole thing. Like, the whole track at this point comes from... Do you know what I mean?
Fred Again's rise isn't just about creating hits. It's about something more intimate. Something that connects us all to memories we didn't even know we were missing. And that connection, well, it all comes down to one simple, almost unnoticed tool. By the way, we're a new channel and it helps us out a lot if you could please hit the subscribe button. Fred Again isn't your typical electronic artist. He doesn't hide behind a screen or an enigmatic persona. His music isn't made for escape. It's made to make you reflect. With his mix of raw vulnerability, intimate storytelling, and a sound that feels like a reflection of his everyday life, Fred Again has captivated a dedicated and rapidly growing following. Fred Gibson, born in Balham, South London 1993, didn't start his career in the limelight. His story begins much earlier, back when he was just a teenager surrounded by musical influences. At just 16, he joined Brian Eno's a cappella group, and by 21, Fred Again was already co-producing for legendary artists like Kieran Hebden, aka Fortet, and UK rapper Maruts Manuva. Fast forward a few years, and Fred was working with big names like Ed Sheeran, Stormzy, and BTS.
So yeah, I know the whole world is falling in love with Fred, but
because of that, by the way.
Yeah.
Because of the truth in his music.
Well, and he's like easily one of the most talented musicians on the planet.
Despite his immense success though, Fred wasn't fully satisfied. He wanted something more personal, more intimate, and more vulnerable. So he created Fred Again, a project where he's not just the producer but also the singer, the storyteller, and the face behind the music. The music is raw, emotional, and deeply personal. It's about the everyday moments we all experience. The fleeting conversations, the emotions that come with love and loss, the way we try to find meaning in an often chaotic world.
It's a diary to me, and so although I'm trying to slow-mo certain moments, it's like, that was always a very important part of it, even though parts of the diary are from, some of it's just nights out from my phone and conversations, as you say, and some of it's other people dotted around.
I wanted it to feel like the exact opposite of anonymity, Fred says. He craved intimacy.
The feeling that I became really obsessed with was like trying to take the like very fleeting moments and like trying to like expose as much beauty as is in them. You know how sometimes if you see something in a normal thing and you see it in slow-mo, it's like, oh wow, there's a whole new emotional framing for it. Like I think
about
like,
that with hummingbirds all the time.
A space where listeners could connect with his emotions directly. His breakthrough came with the release of the Actual Life series, where he built entire songs from samples of his real life. These samples aren't just random sounds. They're snippets of memories, conversations, and moments that Fred has captured on his phone.
You don't know? Don't worry.
Or recorded in the real world. In Actual Life, his music is a scrapbook of his life.
Oh my Lord, your love, it envelops me. Oh my Lord, your love, it envelops me.
And it's also a universal diary, inviting listeners to find their own meaning in all the chaos. Fred Again's music feels like a collaborative diary, a living, breathing chronicle of emotions that we all share. His concerts are an extension of this idea.
Hugs with friends and people we loved. We've lost dancing.
When I get money, who I get it for?
Me, bro.
Who I
Fred doesn't want to just perform for his audience.
I found you beautiful.
He wants them to be a part of the show.
I want you to see me, Fred. I'm here all day, all night.
And clips of them having fun at Coachella or celebrating their hometowns. And he incorporates them into his onstage visuals. For Fred, this isn't just about a performance. It's about creating a space where everyone can contribute to the mood of the evening. I want the music to feel like a collaborative diary, so I want the show to feel the same way. As much as possible, I want it to feel like we're all making the mood of the evening together. What sets Fred Again apart from other artists is his willingness to be vulnerable. His actual life series captures real, often painful moments of his life, like the loss of a loved one or the quiet, mundane feelings we all experience. In songs like Me, Heavy, Fred sings about putting on a brave face while watching someone he loves fall ill. The honesty behind the music is what makes it all so powerful. He challenges the idea that music should be perfect or polished. I just want to be able to show the human behind the beat, Fred explains. His performances reflect the same raw energy. There's an unpredictability to them, an excitement that comes from knowing that at any moment things could just fall apart. This sense of jeopardy keeps his shows alive and keeps the crowd on their toes, and it reminds us that we're witnessing something real. But Fred hasn't stopped there. It's not just the music that's made him stand out, it's the visuals that bring his music to life. Every video, every performance, every behind the scenes clip is loaded with something extra, a story. His music videos often feel like windows into his life.
Don't know a thing that could feel more heavy. Babe, I'm ready. And I'm retried. I've been lost, I've been lost, I've been lost.
I'm absolutely immediately tears. Oh fuck. Sorry. That is like unbelievable.
These moments are real, and it's through these visuals that Fred's created something deeply nostalgic. When Fred shares these clips, these memories, we experience them too. It's like he's offering us a piece of his personal diary. We can't help but relate. Fred Again's fans aren't just listeners, they're collaborators, interpreters, and active participants in the creative process. They connect with the music in a way that goes beyond just enjoying the beats. His fans interpret his songs in their own way. Sometimes they take his most melancholic tracks and turn them into chants of joy at his live shows. The emotional journey is something that resonates deeply with them.
Feels like it's sort of like a collaborative diary between my life and lots of other people's.
I don't really like a lot of the things that producers like to associate themselves with. Like I don't really care about like gear or like how to like make the best sounding drum kit and all these. Like I'm not particularly fussed about any of those things. I'm more fussed about just trying to write songs.
So how did Fred Again create such a deep emotional connection with his audience so quickly? Sure, his talent is undeniable, and his collaborations have been top-notch. But there's a hack, a simple tool that he's used that anyone can access. And it's a tool you probably have in your pocket right now. Fred's secret is his phone, the camera on his mobile phone. It's that simple. Fred captures life. He doesn't write music in a sterile studio environment. He films moments. He records moments. The video of his friends singing to a baby, the FaceTime conversation with Madonna, these are all real life samples and they come from his phone's camera. It's not about studio perfection, it's about realness. It's about documenting emotions and moments and capturing memories, and memories that everyone can relate to. It's these spontaneous, unscripted, unedited, almost forgotten moments that give Fred's music his soul. The magic just isn't in the beats or the lyrics or the collaborations. It's in the memory he shares through these visuals and samples, turning everyday moments into something universal. That's what makes Fred Again's music so powerful. It's not just the music you hear, it's the music you feel, because it's not just his story, it's your story too. So in the end, Fred Again doesn't need fancy equipment or big budget visuals. He doesn't even need a massive studio to create his sound. All he needs is his phone and his laptop. And through it, he's captured something much more powerful than music. He's captured life in all its raw, beautiful, nostalgic and spontaneous glory. Actual life. And that's why Fred Again isn't just a musician. He's a storyteller. He's a curator of memories. And that's what makes him the superstar he is today. Thank you for tuning in to another documentary. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next deep dive. We're a brand new channel and every bit of support really helps us. And hey, maybe think about capturing a few of your own moments today. Who knows, maybe your next great memory is just a camera click away. Until next time.